Hey everyone, signing on once again for another episode of Problems I Have With. It's John, your boy over here at Beyond ARTV. I'm out here to break out the ruler today on somebody else that I've taken issue with for the longest time, but have never really said that much about. But when I did make the video, I wanted to make sure that it was the right video done in the right way. Unlike certain YouTubers who have made horrible, desperate attempts at putting a flamethrower on their already dying career just to make something for the sake of making something. And they made it personal. That was the problem with that. Today's content, the family-friendly content, just kidding, that we're going to be making is actually another installment of Problems I Have With today on the YouTuber CrankThatFrank. Frank Gioia is a 24-year-old, soon-to-be 25-year-old YouTuber who got his start about 5 years ago, innocently enough, uploading videos with titles like, I Did What in My Pants? Q&A, Hardcore Chubby Buddy Challenge, and the Blindfolded Girlfriend Makeup Challenge. All of those things definitely scream 2013, 2014 YouTuber to me, and while I didn't like that content, it wasn't something that I necessarily had a problem with because I knew I wasn't the target demographic. And once again, the argument is going to be, John, you're just not here for his family-friendly Yemo content. Yeet, 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 yeet. Here's the thing with content that I know isn't for me on YouTube or in film, in TV, whatever. I can normally look to content, especially on YouTube, that I'm not necessarily into and would probably never watch, like a makeup tutorial or maybe a tech review or something of that nature. It's something that I can look to it and I can at least say, oh, well, that was a funny joke, or nice setup, or it was well edited, well shot, whatever. For CrankThatFrank, I can say, well, the quality of the camera is good, but beyond that, what do I have? Even with other content that I know isn't for me, I can look to CrankThatFrank's channel, and just based on the titles and thumbnails alone, I already don't want to click. But as I've done my research and painfully sat and watched hours worth of Frank's videos, I can genuinely say that I gleaned nothing from that. I took nothing from that experience, from sitting down and watching him make the same pandering jokes over and over again. You see, the thing is, Frank knows his audience of 12-year-olds quite well. I would say between 10 to 16 is his average viewer age, and the majority of them are probably female. That's not me being sexist or anything like that, those are just the facts, and there's nothing wrong with having that kind of audience. But with that audience also comes the lack of responsibility that Frank has. He constantly pushes things on them, whether it be his merch or his pointless tour, which remind me again what exactly he needed to go on tour for, and he just shills himself there, but keeps it relatable in the sense that he name checks things that they'll get. He references things that they're constantly going to get. And what's wrong about it is that the fans defend it like it's, oh, that's part of the joke. CrankThatFrank, he knows that, and he's in on the joke. He's making the same repetitive things over and over again. The same, like, little clips that he inserts, like it, whether it's Lady Gaga or SpongeBob or The Office, whatever little cutaway he wants to do. The same jokes about, let's just dive right into it. Saying buzzwords, repeating phrases, saying Yemo and Bussy Bop and other buzzwords that get the 14-year-olds all riled up and excited like,
oh, did you see it? Oh, he said it. He said it.
Yeah, he says it in every episode. And in just a minute, we're going to sit down and watch a few of Frank's videos and talk about the 5 things that I feel he does in every video, but we'll put it to the test by clicking some random ones. Being a content creator on YouTube isn't easy. I know that new ideas aren't always there, and I guess burnout and demotivation is definitely something that hits us all, but there's a difference between actually doing something about it, staying in a lane, and then what Frank is doing. Frank was driving on the freeway innocently enough, but then he swerved lanes so hard and it's just like there was an earthquake. He sunk down about 20 layers beneath the earth, and he's so deep in that lane now that he's never going to get back up because he doesn't care to and his audience doesn't care to push him to. The content was inoffensive enough for the longest time, and I want to make it clear that it is not just Frank that is out here doing these things, that is out there milking the audience dry for every single view, every single penny that they are worth. But Frank is a perfect bad example in the music scene. Again, I don't want to go after Frank as a person because I don't know Frank outside of the persona that he displays online. But what I do know is the countless videos that he uploads and the ones that pander and market so relentlessly. And that might not even be as huge of a problem because we all have our things that we do pander and shill to. But the problem is that the content is literally cut and paste dry. How many times can you sit there and say, oh, I bopped so hard that I hurt myself, or last time I bopped this hard, I cut my lip, and everything like that. And if it's not an emo band on crack reaction, then it's reacting to something else, or doing something else that has 21 Pilots, Panic at the Disco, My Chemical Romance, or Fall Out Boy in the title, because otherwise, where are the views? That's the only thing that his fans are interested in. And he's painted himself into a corner so hard that I almost feel slightly bad for him because I can understand that. I see other creators that I do kind of like, but I see them just kind of painting themselves into the corner and just basically having their backs against the wall knowing that I have to make this type of video. I personally would probably be miserable if I was at that point in my YouTube career, so I do have the slightest sliver of just a bad feeling for Frank. Like, I'm sorry, buddy. I know that you're there in that corner and you can't get out. You're trapped. But you could also try. You could also do literally anything to attempt to branch out, but instead you overuse the word emo. You improperly use the word emo because none of the bands that you even talk about are in the slightest emo. Panic at the Disco, 21 Pilots, not emo. I'm sorry, Frank, but I think I've talked myself out of feeling sorry for you once again. Alright, audience, it's time to break down the 5 things that I have found in nearly every single Crank That Frank video. The 5 tropes of Crank That Frank. Number 1, the same jokes about family-friendly content, emo alternative content over and over and over again. Number 2, zooms to hand movements, or else diving in, or random facial zooms that are literally the exact same thing every time. Number 3, random noises, shouting, and memes inserted attempting to be a joke except falling flat on their face. Number 4, a call to action to make him compilations so he doesn't have to do any of the work, or else a shilling out of his tour, merch, or whatever else for an extended period of time. Number 5, the final one, but also possibly the cringiest one, the overuse of the phrase bussy bop, which he apparently proudly invented, and also the word bop in general. We're gonna put it to the ultimate test right now, right here on Beyond ARTV. So don't forget to drop a like on the video, get some of my merch, and also come see me on tour. I'm going to be reading from the Book of Revelation live. If you love the Bible, then come out and see me because I'm just going to be sitting there preaching to you straight from the Book of Revelation for an hour straight. My bussy bops are tingling over here. I really need to get over to the Crank That Frank channel and start scanning through this family-friendly alternative content that we're all just so stoked about, that we're also gracious for these fantastic uploads. We can see some of the recent ones here. Emo bands on crack, number 60. I let my subscribers pick my hair color, but let's go with the Panic at the Disco High Hopes reaction and see if we can find these 5 elements.
There's no time for introductions!
Alright, so right off the bat, we've already checked off one of our boxes, the random noises and yelling. That took only 5 seconds.
But before this
Oh! And there we go. There was a SpongeBob cutaway and overlay. One of, I'm sure, what is going to be many that come. So there we have 2 within the first 30 seconds.
But before this video starts, I'm going on tour.
Oh, no way! On tour. Wow. Well, that took even less time than I thought. So we're 40 seconds in, and there are 3 of our tropes already checked.
Backpack at represent.com/CrankThatFrank. It helps support the channel.
Yeah.
These videos get copyrighted all the time. I feel like I could...
So maybe change your fucking content. Oh, there's another one of those edits. Oh wow, that's funny. It's funny because he distorted his face and put a SpongeBob meme in the background.
Without further ado, let's just react to this. I'm an emo reaction channel. Let's just dive right into it.
Oh, and there were the hand zooms. So just under 2 minutes in, and we checked off another one of the boxes. I don't think we're gonna get the family-friendly alternative content in this one, but I think that we might still get the Bussy Bop. Oh, there it went. There it went. So 2 minutes and 20 seconds in, we got the bop. We checked off 4 out of 5, technically 5 because a couple of mine had like 2 points and 1. So like 5 out of 7 of my things that I listed in total, we've checked off in just one shitty reaction. Back to his channel now, let's try and watch the Try Not to Get Angry challenge number 4, because he can't do anything just once. I mean, any great series has 60 plus installments, we all know that. But let's see this 25-year-old try not to get angry at people saying something bad or slightly negative or their own personal fucking opinion about 21 Pilots. Oh, good God. This dude, I can't get past the first second of his videos. Like, it catches me off guard every single fucking time. I have to look at this ass and he's going like a fucking cat in my alley. Oh, wow. So we got, wait, hold on. We got not only the at the beginning, we got the, like, why does this dude yell? Why is that his thing?
You can get family-friendly alternative content, and in today's video...
And there it is, the family-friendly alternative content. We hit all of our tropes in just 2 videos. All but one, really, were in the first video, and it was probably said. You want me to watch a 15-minute reaction to High Hopes? The song isn't even 3 minutes. The music video is barely over 3 minutes, and this is a 15-minute video? This guy has over 600,000 subscribers, somehow, some way. If it was like 100K or even less, I probably wouldn't even bother. His girlfriend's right around the 100K mark, and while I don't find her quite as grating, I feel like he's just kind of talked her into going along with the whole thing that they do and how to market yourself as an emo kid, and they'll just buy right in like you're 14 too. And I don't have a problem with them on a personal level once again, and I don't know Eva at all, but just judging based on the channels that I saw, hers and his, the content is literally garbage. Let's stop accepting this is okay. Let's stop accepting this horrible, monotonous, repetitive garbage content as the norm. It's not funny to just literally recycle the same jokes over and over again. But then again, all of those like stolen meme accounts on Twitter get like millions of followers. So what the hell do I know? I feel like I'm one of the sane voices out there, but then again, you can make your own decisions on what you want to waste your time watching. And I understand that you might feel like this is a waste of time too, so I'll just exit now. Oh, I'm sorry, I won't exit. Let's dive right into it. Hey, now I know why he sells those Dead Inside hoodies. It's because that's what you feel after watching hours of his content. Probably more like 5 minutes of his content, but I'll go on the nice side and say hours worth. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Problems I Have With. Keep in mind that this is my take, my opinion, so let me know what you think in the comment section down below. But hey, if you like this video, then please drop a like on it and subscribe to the channel. If you're new here, then consider supporting me on Patreon at the top link down below. It helps this content that's not family friendly at all keep coming on a monthly basis. Thanks for watching Beyond ARTV. If you would like to see the last episode of Problems I Have With, then tap right here, tap here for another recent video on the channel, and everything else, including all of my social media links, that can be found in the description down below. As always, I will see you soon for more on Beyond ARTV.